Broncos fans, if you guys want the latest injury news, because Teddy Bridgewater needs to return for this Broncos team to have much success, in my opinion, then go ahead and subscribe right now. That way, when Bridgewater returns, we can hit you with that breaking news video. Turn your notifications on. You won't miss a thing. So subscribe right now to the Broncos Breakdown. That way, when Teddy Two Gloves is back under center, you're ahead of the curve. You're not looking at the screen going, wait, when did he get back there? You're already ahead of it. You're ahead of everyone else. So subscribe today for the latest Broncos news and rumors, especially about QB5. Today's Broncos Breakdown is presented to you guys by BetQL, all right? They've got a great deal lined up for you guys. They give you the best bets each and every week, from college to pros, baseball, wildcard season coming up soon. All of it is laid out for you guys in the comments and the description of this video. They rank their favorite bets from 5 stars to 1. They give you the best analysis. I'm talking spreads, over-unders, player props. They've got it all laid out for you guys. So do yourself a favor. Spend a little money to make a little money. 25% off when you use the promo code ChatBroncos, along with the link at the bottom of your screen. Check them out, BetQL. All right, now time for some Week 4 winners and losers. I don't even know why I have winners on the screen. All right, you got your ass handed to you at home against the Ravens. That was embarrassing. Now, there's a couple of excuses you can draw up, and some of them are legitimate, all right? When you lose your starting quarterback in the first half, it's not going to end well most of the time, and that was proven on Sunday, all right? Drew Lock just could not keep his head above water, but I want to start the show early on by asking you guys, getting you guys engaged on this one. What's your comfort level with Drew Lock as QB1? It's a little interesting having a backup quarterback be the starter from the past season and a half roughly. There's not many situations like that. I'm really trying to think of the last time a team had a starter, brought someone else in, benched him. I mean, a little bit like Mitch Trubisky and the Bears last season, but it's not completely the same. So, what's your comfort level? Scale for me 1 to 10 down below. Would love to know what you're thinking. Winner number 1, absolutely no one. There's no one. There's no one that comes out of this game that calls himself a winner, all right? The offense was trash. The defense was probably hotter trash. They just let Lamar Jackson and this Ravens offense roll all over them. The Broncos offense had 12 drives, 10 punts, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It was awful. And what really pisses me off, too, is that after the game, of course, there's the big Harbaugh running it to get over 100 yards to keep the stat going. Well, it's not baseball. Forget the stats. I can kind of get it's a cool stat. You want to keep it going for your team, whatever. It was meaningless. But that's your biggest takeaway, Vic? I mean, head coach Vic Fangio in his press conference, the biggest synopsis I got taken away from it was that he was super pissed off about that. Aren't you more pissed off about the team losing 23-7 at home? That should not be mentioned. Who cares about that? Care about your offense doing nothing and your defense that you pay a lot of money to perform getting blown out by Lamar, who has his first 300-yard passing game of the season, and the running game just stomps all over the Broncos defense. That's the biggest. There's no winner. That is absolutely no one. But I have to give up 3 winners. That's what the big wigs say. So number 2, Javonte Williams. Yeah, I've liked what I've seen out of him. And he's on here because he had the play of the game in the run game. He had a 10-yard run. He broke through a handful of tackles. It was pretty. And that was the best part of the Broncos offense, aside from that nice touchdown drive early on. After that, it was pretty rough. So, I mean, he had a nice average. That was also half the reason he's in the video. 6.9 yards on the ground. Nice. So, Williams, you're winner number 2. There's really not a big winner, though, all right? But let's talk about the ground attack so far for the Broncos between Williams and Melvin Gordon, because it's quietly been one of the best in the NFL. I think the Browns have the number one running duo between Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but these two cats, William and Gordon, not far behind. They've been sneaky good so far this season. I have liked what I've seen so far out of them. All right, guys, going back to BetQL because I lost on Sunday. Parlay went 0 for 3, all right? I had someone tell me in my last video in the comment section, you can't do parlays. No, I'm going to do parlays until the day I die, all right? Death, taxes, and parlays in that order for level of importance for me, and I don't even want to pay my taxes, all right? And I definitely don't want to die, but I do want my parlay to live. So go ahead right now. go to BetQL. Use the link at the bottom of your screen. You get 25% off when you use the promo code ChatBroncos. If you don't remember it, don't worry about it. Check out the comments and the description of this video. I've got it all laid out for you guys. It's a great deal. 5-star bets. They scan over 350,000 models looking for the best bets each and every single week. Check them out. You got to spend a little money to make a little money. So do yourself a favor and visit BetQL with the link at the bottom of your screen and the promo code ChatBroncos. All right, now we move on to winners. Noah Fant, you get to be in here, okay? I don't really know why, because you had a touchdown and it's been a little fun, so sure. I'm kind of pulling teeth here because the Broncos offense was that bad, all right, in that one. It was pretty ugly, all right? So no Fant, you catch a touchdown pass, you get to be the third winner of the game, all right? Looking at the numbers, 6 receptions, 46 yards. I mean, that was a nice little corner fade, corner out in the red zone for Fant. But all in all, so far, I haven't been overly impressed. Now that we're talking about Fant, with his performance so far this season, had a lot of hype entering last year. Then last year was just a cluster of tornadoes and bad stuff happening. So, yeah, there's the numbers for 2021. 156 yards, gets a second touchdown. Again, there's not a ton to write home about for winners and losers on the winner's side after a game like that, but I got to give you guys something. So, Noah Fant, congrats. You make the show today. First time of the season, mostly because you haven't done much this season. So, step it up and let's talk about you a little more, because I love to see the tight end game evolve more and not be so dependent on a wide receiver room that's really banged up as it is. Guys, let me know. Did I miss anyone? Maybe I got someone's mom watching this one, or maybe one of the players is watching. And if one of the players is watching, thanks for watching, but also practice, because that was really crappy on Sunday. Get it together. Sound off in the comments section if there's any winners you guys think I missed. Now the fun part, the losers, because there's a lot of them. I restrained myself. I went with just 3. I'm sure I missed plenty more, but we've got some losers coming up here, and there's plenty to talk about, all right? But the first thing I want to talk about is Drew Lock, all right? Here's why he's my loser. 1, it's not his fault that he didn't do that well, okay? And I say that with an asterisk. 1, you didn't practice with the first team all week, most likely, and if you did, minimal reps. You came in a bad situation, down at the half, but regardless, you are fighting for a career in the NFL for yourself. This was a great opportunity to be the hero. Put the cape on, lead a charge in front of the fan base that's kind of given up on you, and deliver a big win and keep the undefeated season rolling. You couldn't do it. That's just a fact. Now, sure, you can give legitimate excuses elsewhere, but at the end of the day, you didn't get the job done, and that's why you're my loser number 1. Check out the upcoming schedule here for the Broncos, because after that half of Drew Lock performance, I think fans are really excited to get Teddy Bridgewater back. And speaking of Bridgewater, looking over some notes, don't have much more of an update on when he's going to return. He's in concussion protocol. I just don't see how he plays this Sunday at Pittsburgh. It just doesn't seem likely, and probably not a good idea for his own health if you're going to go up against TJ Watt regardless. I just think that Steelers matchup is too soon. I'm suspecting they give Drew Lock all the first-team reps, and they roll with him. Then you got Week 6 versus the Raiders at home. That's more doable, all right? I'm not a doctor, so I won't speculate on when he'll return from a concussion, but there's the schedule. One of those games, hopefully following the Steelers matchup, is a good time or sooner than later for Bridgewater to come back. So, with that being said, though, how many games will Drew Lock start, you think? Is it just going to be the one against Pittsburgh, or do you have a doctor in the household that's like, no, that's going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks? Let me know what you're thinking. I'm thinking 2, though. That's my honest opinion. I think he goes for Pittsburgh, and then I'm guessing Teddy Bridgewater just doesn't get enough reps in practice leading up to the Raiders matchup to make them comfortable with him being QB1. So I think Bridgewater goes out, and I bet he goes 1-1. I think they lose to Pittsburgh, and I think they beat the Raiders at home. Loser number 2, Justin Simmons. All right, he's on here just because he honestly, for what this defense has been talked about, has not delivered to the fullest of expectations. You don't want to overreact too early in the season. It's been 4 games, and you let Marquise Brown put you in a spin cycle. There's no other way around it, all right? Simmons just got got burned. I mean, that big touchdown grab from Marquise Brown, who went off for over 90 yards and a touchdown after I talked big crap about him last week. He delivered. Simmons, you got to help me out. If I'm going to talk shit to the other team, you got to deliver on the field so that I look good up here. That's how it works, all right? Plain and simple. Everyone knows that. But I'll take 50% responsibility for that big reception. That's on me, no doubt about it. But I do want to know this from you guys. Have you slightly been disappointed by the DBs? Because they've created some turnovers. The Broncos are 3-1. But I do think there's a little bit of a cautious eye and a very close eye of this defensive back room, which was paid a ton of money and has a lot of investment into it, hasn't been all that mighty, all right? Patrick Surtain has been fun since he's took over, but we haven't seen much of Darby, and that's just because of an injury. Fuller has not lived up to the paycheck. That's just a fact right there. And then Jackson and Simmons, just not looking like what should have been one of the top 2 safety duos in the NFL. Let me know what you're thinking. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm a dumbass. Y for yes, N for no, down below. All right, now, BetMGM, they also got a great deal for you guys with BetQL. The way it works is they're going to give you a free BetQL subscription when you put $10 in at BetMGM and you get $10 and you play that $10 and boom. Now you've got a great sports book right there between BetMGM and you've got great insight over at BetQL. It's a win-win, honestly, all right? Broncos, they did not cover. All right, they were -1 against the Ravens. Nothing close to it. But you know why? Because Bridgewater was not there the whole time. And Teddy Covers was not able to play 4 quarters, so you should get your money back, put whatever legal precedent needs to be put in here, call the Supreme Court, whatever you have to do, get your money back. That's unfair. But I'm sure BetQL will have you guys hooked up next week with a little more accurate reading with Drew Lock probably starting against the Steelers. Check it out, chatsports.com/BroncosMGM. Everything you need to know in the comments and the description of this video. Loser number 3, special teams in general. This has been a black eye. Anytime you think things could maybe go wrong, special teams says, hold your beer, watch me do this. Because they have led up big and bad moments at almost every point this season, and they did the Broncos no favors against the Ravens. All right, I've picked out some notable special team stats, official stats, of course, from the first 4 weeks of the season. Week 1, you're allowing 38-yard kickoff return, all right, average. 38 yards. Can't have that. Can't have that in the NFL. Week 2 against the Jags. You said, whoa, you thought that was bad? Watch this. 102-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right? Look at Urban Meyer. The guy's grinding at little high school nightclubs, it looks like, and you're letting his team bring it to the house. Week 3, all right, there was no bad stats in week 3, but you play the Jets, so that doesn't even count, honestly. And then week 4 against the Ravens. This is when the cherry comes on the top. 3 punt returns for 64 yards and a 21.3 average. At key situations to pin the Ravens deep, the Ravens got great field position and Lamar took advantage of it. Special teams, my biggest loser probably, aside from Drew Lock, it's just been bad. A change needs to happen. Because this is not the kind of special teams play that gets a team a playoff win. Not a playoff appearance, a playoff win. Don't settle for that. You're 3-1. This is a team that is on track to go to the playoffs. Whether you like it or not, that's what happens when you win 3 out of your 4 games. Have to deliver. Got to clean up the special teams and the third phase.